in the interest of full disclosure, this particular episode of Talk Therapy is centered on a wonderful event that is soon to take place in my beloved city of Jaipur. And because it is an event that brings together the arts and mental health, and because it is an event that brings together two organizations and two founders that are very much aligned, is the reason we are primarily having this discussion. My guest today, genuinely speaking, has this very, very enviable glow. It's this glow that I've noticed certain individuals who are creatively inclined, are artists themselves, seem to develop. And it can be a bit annoying sometimes because it's almost as if they have figured something out that the rest of us lowly mortals haven't. And that wisdom brings them that certain halo. Neha Hada is somebody I've had the pleasure of knowing for many years now. At some point in time, her children have been my students. I have been an extremely tiny part of a mega event that she had mounted a few years earlier. And as she has been on her own journey of, in fact, self discovery, and along with it, discovering and bringing different experiences to the city, I have watched her grow and evolve in the most inspiring and empowering ways. So it's my pleasure to welcome Neha onto the show. She is the founder and Karta Dharta of Chitrabhoomi Art Studio. So welcome, Neha, and thank you for making time.
Thank you so much for this lovely introduction, Karthik. I'm really overwhelmed. And sometimes like, hearing from somebody else speak about you, it's like it's really elating, and I'm really thankful for your contribution in my career in a way because yeah, but it was not so tiny, and you it was a very big contribution to confetti box, and even with the children, it was a change that I noticed in them, in their whole personality and the expression. The main thing is like you everybody has it in them, but you need to how do you channel your expression is where you come in, like the way you have guided them, not even in the subject, but also in their point of view of the how to look at things with a certain perspective, and how to make your own perspective, how so that guidance is very important, which sometimes children can't get it from the parents, because we are continuously hovering over them. We have this conditioning of being a perfect parent. So sometimes in being a perfect parent, we lack that. And that is where you come in, and so that's not so
Well,
tiny.
thank you for returning the
Thank
compliment.
you.
But yes, I completely agree with the second part of what you said. Sometimes, ironically enough, parents become sort of the toughest people to speak to about certain things. So it's important that people generally have like a mentor or somebody they can turn to, I suppose. Well, let's get straight into it. Will you, in your own words, tell our viewers a little bit about what you're doing these days, about Chitrabhoomi, कैसे चित्रभूमि शुरू हुई ये स्पेस और ये एक पूरा I would call it in a sense a philosophy and an ethos. How did it come about?
So, Chitrabhoomi is actually a dream project of mine. Like since I know I've been in my senses of like a career wise, or maybe what my passion for life is art. Like I've lived art throughout till date, and I think I will always, maybe in different forms. Like I went into textile designing, and but every time art has been my core essence of my personality. So it was not ki when did you start this? No, it was seed. It is a seed inside me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just blooming in different ways at different point of time in my life. Like when you're in school, it's different, like expression. And when you're in college, then I like it took it as a textile designer because design again, I wanted to test waters of different prospects. How can we expand it? Like, so my vision is always big with whatever I'm pursuing as a career or maybe in the personal life. So Chitrabhoomi, like um, a certain point of time when I felt like, I have to express my thoughts, and I have to, how do I do that? Like, so from then I shifted from designing to back to my basics of art. And then I started 7, 8 years back, I launched my brand wherein I was making like, paintings and like, self-expression was it was all about my own self-expression. Then this year beginning we scaled it up, and then I bought in a lot of artists. We had a lot of artists who were I was like on our panel, and I was in this art fraternity of Jaipur and outside. So it came very naturally when I was consulting to a lot of friends and families regarding their how to, like, in their matlab, whenever they wanted to buy art or anything related to that, maybe they want to do up some space, or maybe they want to know more about art, like,
Or
ye
for
mein
that matter,
क्या होता है.
invest in art,
Yeah,
whatever,
yes,
for whatever
yes, yes,
purposes.
yes. कुछ नॉलेज भी चाहिए तो पीपल यूज टू
Huh.
कम टू मी, लाइक, अरे इसमें क्या होता है, so
Correct,
why
correct.
not, like, देन आई सेड कि it's like a natural driven, like I'm getting driven to this
Hmm.
facet, so why not do it like in a, my core instinct is like always go like, go big or do
Go big
nothing,
or go home.
go big or do nothing. So it's just like, so this is how Chitrabhoomi website happened, and now we have this website. We have a lot of beautiful artists from very talented artists from all over India. And right now we have like more than 1,000 artworks on our website, and we are continuing in this journey. We are launching very good shows. 2026 is a very got
We'll
very good
come to the
prospect.
shows in just a
Yeah,
second, and I'm sorry I'm interrupting. So,
yeah,
just
yeah.
for the benefit of viewers who may not know,
Yes,
just to put it as simply as possible, Chitrabhoomi is a art e-commerce platform,
yes,
and it is also a physical space in Jaipur, which is a studio, which also
yes,
functions as a gallery and
yes,
a space where
yeah,
all kinds of creative endeavors are
yeah.
taking place and will continue to grow.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. We are also taking like a few senior artists are taking classes. We have launched some very good beginner friendly
Hmm.
courses of traditional Indian art also, like
Hmm.
Pichwari and fur and miniature art. Yeah, that also we are doing.
Right. And yeah, I think that's a very important aspect also to underscore, because it's a wonderful opportunity for
Mm.
people, of course, locally and perhaps from outside, to come and do these classes and workshops. Very quickly, then, in that same thing of, just putting out certain important information, these workshops or classes, how long do they tend to be? I'm only asking from the point of view of, let's say there's a tourist in the city for a
Mm.
week, 10 days. Can they also
Yes.
do something?
Yes, definitely, definitely. So we have the basic course of like miniature. We can do like 5 days, and like you have to devote like 3 hours per day because it's a very patient,
Hmm.
like, so, and you can in terms of pitchway, which is a not very intricate work, but yes, it does require a lot of skill. So we can also do it like in 5 days span, 5 classes you can take, and do a basic good, very self satisfying work you can do.
That's
Not
lovely.
kuch nahi sikha, and like, not that you
Wonderful. Yeah, that's good to know. All right, so let's come to the main reason that we're having this dialogue, something that really excites me. And I think, I mean, I know for a fact that it really excites you, which is the first event that you are doing, in a sense, opening calendar year 2026 with. And I know from our discussions that there are so many elements that you've kind of fused together, and you're wanting to convey through this one event. And please correct me if I've not understood you correctly, but first and foremost is just to give thanks to the universe, really, to sort of make an expression of gratitude for all that you have, and are blessed with, to the divine, to the cosmic. So, we do this beautiful event that you're calling Swar Leela, and which starts with a sort of, I wouldn't say casual, but not a very stuffy formal, but a lovely kirtan, bhajans, which I think will work extremely well on a Sunday morning, and then we sort of seamlessly merge into another facet of the arts, which will be the uh, Pitchwai workshop. Along with that, of course, the space itself has a lot of art, etc. So, Swar Leela is going to happen very shortly. And why don't you, being the person who birthed it, also tell us?
So Swar Leela is because the whole team is very spiritual, and by the name of Chitrabhoomi also, you can relate that how much rooted we all feel. And the first thing when we wanted, what is the first thing that we want to put in the calendar of Chitrabhoomi 2026 is the gratitude, you know. And so the thought came from that, and then we kind of a the kirtan helps in focusing. It gives away our main mission, or maybe that it shows a value system, the core value system that Chitrabhumi is working on is like inclusivity and in oneness with the tradition and the spiritual. Like if I'm selling a Pichwai painting, I have to be like in sync with the that spiritual self in my
That's so true.
yeah. So it comes very organically from that. And it's a it's a sankirtan of 1 hour where we all will be chanting and doing bhajan. And to complete the whole experience, because it's an art, we are an art studio, so we'll do a brief introduction to Pichwai paintings. And so you can experience and Pichwai art. I'll tell you a few pointers, and how you can make, and what are the motives, and what is the where a little bit of history about the Pichwai art. And then you can take home a 8 by 10 ka canvas at home, and you can paint with us and take home. And we'll charge a little fees for it, and then that proceed will go to the organization that has helped me and supported us from beginning. And I am a very avid uh, spokesperson about mental health, because I myself was struggling, and still, it's a process. And I think this is our way of who will do it. Like we all see in a koi karega, hum usko karenge. Why not we? Why not us? Like that is how we can be part of any cause. It has to start
We'll come to
from.
that in more
Yeah,
detail,
yeah.
because you are being so
Hmm.
generous with us. I would like to selfishly hear about that in more detail. But in all sincerity, the kirtan part is very, very beautiful. And now that you've explained its connection and association and relevance, it becomes even more, sort of. मीनिंगफुल एंड उसमें एक सब्सटेंस आ जाता है.
Yeah,
So just to clarify, there will be a kirtan, and then it will be followed, just for the benefit
yeah,
of our viewers, it will be
yeah.
followed by a Pichwai workshop,
Yes.
which will be very interesting. I mean, Pichwai is from whatever little I've observed in recent years, is a particular art form that has gained a lot of notoriety and popularity, perhaps more so than it did in earlier years. And a lot more people have come to know of it. A lot more people want to acquire original pitchwise. So that will be lovely. And of course, it also thematically, like you said very correctly, makes a lot of sense. How long do you anticipate the workshop part to be?
Half an hour to one hour.
Okay, half an
That
hour
will
to
be the
1 hour.
duration.
ठीक है.
Yeah, so 1 hour will be the kirtan and 1 hour we can sum up the workshop. So whole
Right.
2 hours experience. Yeah.
Now, before we come to the fact that you are, very graciously associating with Driveway Devi, I want to understand from you, because I want to also share with the viewers that since a very long time, like you yourself said, you have been very outspoken about the importance and significance of mental health. And in my own personal observation, it's been very refreshing because not too many people, perhaps in your kind of social milieu, are as outspoken. Uh, so help us understand where that's come from.
So everything starts at home, like, with oneself. When I personally experienced, like, my struggles with mental health, and it's not like I'm not ashamed of admitting in my whole life, whatever I have, I think it's part of an illness only. Like, now everybody is like so vocal about it. So I got that, courage from like looking up to people like you, and who are actually advocating. And then I felt like, and then you reflect in your past. I was struggling, everybody struggles it, like, and when we talk about postpartum depression, it started from, for me personally, it started from there. And now I realize that I had that, and we talk about this also, like, now I realize, and when I listen to the talks, and thanks to social media, that I have access to the thoughts of people, and how people are expressing themselves. So a lot of encouragement of speaking in publicly about it, and recognizing it, like, making it a point that I should also be vocal out, because I have always been a vocal person of my feeling, my illness, whatever it is. So that, because I feel it should be benefit, like, like how I have benefited out of it, from hearing somebody else experience, or maybe about the knowledge that is there. So I should also do that. What is, like, when we are talking about improving the society, this is wrong, this is right. Where it has to begin, it has to begin from us only, like, and then first
Absolutely.
of all, the first step is realizing that you are going through that,
Hmm.
accepting that you are also struggling. And then the second is thinking, how do you improve yourself? And then how do you then and it's not like it's I'm cured, there's no it's like
Of
just
course, it's a work in
you have to live
progress,
a
which is
life,
mostly
like,
lifelong.
yeah. So you have to, it's just it's, see, you have to understand that it makes you resilient, like, because we have to live longer, a quality life. So what such like what your organization is doing, what how my experiences, sharing my experiences, or my I am doing in my scope, like, I'm welcoming to a kirtan to everybody, in the kirtan to everybody, and, like, my spiritual way of through art also we are healing. So because soul prayers don't like, some people struggle when they are, soul prayer is also like, I can do puja and I can be content. But when you do it in such a way, so this is my way of doing, so that
Hmm.
this is how encouraged I feel when anybody like, listening to different people. So why not me? Like, I can't just speak and I can't just complain. I have to do something about it. So this is how,
That's,
this is my driving
you've
force.
articulated it so well. Charity does indeed begin at home. And
Yeah.
what one needs to understand is that when one acknowledges it, then in that, with that acknowledgement itself, there's a certain wisdom that comes in. It can remain a work in progress for a very long time, if not lifelong. But as long as you're on that path and you recognize that self improvement and self awareness is required, that's great. Um, Tell me then, because connections between the arts and various art forms and mental health and using art forms as therapeutic tools has been a long established and practiced a concept.
Hmm.
What are your views on the connections broadly between art forms and mental state?
So I'll very simplify, very simple way, like, in layman language, I would say, what happens when you do art is that I'll give you a blank page and then you'll express yourselves. you know so the simple way is like when I have a hidden, I'm feeling very contained, there are a lot of thoughts going on. What happens in, in the struggling with a lot of thoughts. So this is how it is. So when you're expressing, when I'm giving you a blank page, you're expressing yourself, or maybe through my guidance you are able to do it. So what happens is it gives you a little bit of accomplishment, you know and I'm telling you, that's a big change.
Yeah.
And it's being feeling accomplished when you feel stuck and you feel sad, you feel helpless. you know this is how, this is a struggle of mental health, that you're feeling helpless, and and you are, we guide you through it, and then you do it. And then also, so the second thing is that you, whenever you are doing art, if you're truly into it, you'll just get disconnected with that thought process that is going on. A lot of the that lot of thoughts, 1,000 thoughts that are coming in your head, you simply get, there will be a wall between those thoughts and whatever you are doing. So it's very simple thing, and this is what art plays. This is the role of art in your, or whatever. Like
But
if I'm
again,
dancing, if
you
I'm
have because the
distraction.
simplest explanations are
Yes,
the
yes,
toughest to figure out, but you've obviously figured it out very, very beautifully, and that is obviously again through personal experience, because
yes,
the two things that it does very much is it provides a conduit to express,
yes,
and it disassociates you from the overstimulation that you
yeah,
feel,
yeah.
which is absolutely wonderful. Finally, then, and ये थोड़ा सा मजाकिया भी है. Now is the part you can praise our organization, but on a more serious note,
Yeah.
of the many, many individuals and organizations that are doing wonderful work in the area of mental health and wellness. There must be some thought process of why you have decided that your first event proceeds should go to Driveway Devi. Tell us about that decision.
So, so I'm a very pointer person. So first thing I will say is that obviously whenever the support that you have given me in past years, so this is my way of, this is my gratitude towards you personally, and the second thing is that I can feel, this is a very organic way that I feel connected to this organization.
Hmm.
And the first time, that the first message when you thought of Drive Devi, that you, when you circulated this message, I was like, Ki, please tell me how I can be part of it. So it was always in my thought, because the work that you're doing in your inclusivity, you know each genre, you can, like, you're talking about it in see, it's about the mental health, and even not being a, being a formal
Mm-hmm,
education
mm-hmm.
of this way, because this is how actually, this is what makes the difference, because people are very hesitant
Yeah.
in going to a doctor or therapist. Oh, we are taking a therapy. So when people like you who are and maybe like us, who are struggling and advocating about it, it makes a lot of difference. And then it is actually very groundbreaking. Like for me, it's like, I really look up to this work that you are doing with the organization, and the variety of people that you are talking to. I never miss a episode that you are putting up, and you are touching, lives in a very practical, which is actually done, nobody will feel formal. And for it's very key thing, when anybody who's in struggling, they have to feel safe. And I think you are providing a very, very safe environment, even by watching you. And you are very open key, like the way you spoke about that issues, like, any children who can come. That was wonderful. That really touched my heart. Like, anybody, any child, like, people are not even talking about children. Teenagers are struggling, like, and you are vocal about. So that's why I said very variety. You are touching those people. So that is what is the driving force for me coming to this organization. And definitely, this is not the first time. This is
Well,
anyway, I can support you.
we are very, very grateful for your gratitude and generosity. Um,
I'm really humbled.
Not at all. And what I can definitely say to sort of conclude our little discussion is that we will share information and the poster of the event, and please come take part. It's just going to be a wonderfully cathartic, uh, pleasant, wonderful, lovely Sunday morning. It's great weather, and you'll go back feeling lighter and creatively charged.
Yes,
So, what better way of spending Sunday first half to set you up for the second half, and more importantly, for the week that's going to begin on that Monday. So, great initiative from a
thank
wonderful lady and organization
you.
to start off a new year, which is, so many things about it are almost auspicious. So do check out all the details, consider coming, get involved. Any last message that you would want to give out as we sign off?
It just came to my mind, like, we all talk about manifestations. And I think how many of us are including in our manifestation that we will work on our mental health. So please include mental health through whatever avenue you want. Like,
Right.
please just pick one, uh, I won't say passion, just one activity, anything that you feel, even talking to, like, one activity that you feel that, which is good for your own mental health, so to have this quality life forever, not only this year. So please include, one activity which will help you to improve your mental health. And that's my message.
That's a lovely message, and like Neha very rightly said, the
Yes.
path, the modality, the conduit, whatever name you want to give it, really doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
different strokes for different folks.
Yes. Yes.
Whatever gets you going, whatever gets you excited, whatever
Yeah.
brings you that clarity and calm, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Super. So, with that, a very, very happy new year to all of you watching. We will hopefully, people in Jaipur, we will see you guys at Swarlila. And Neha, thank you very much for the amazing work that you're doing. And we're
Thank
very
you.
excited to see what else is in store from Chitrabhoomi in the rest of the year. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Karthik. Thank you.